Today we are going to learn how to print a document using JavaScript, and here I've got my Apache NetBeans IDE that is opened. We've also created a project named printing, which contains an asset folder inside holding a logo image, and also we've got the index.html web page, which basically is a simple HTML web page, and I know you can understand the HTML language, markup language, and this is how it looks like on the browser. Now this is the tax invoice that we are going to print, starting from here, and it's going to end here at the footer. So if I refresh, still it's just the same. It's in the printing project, and here we've got the print receipt button that when I click, it will pop up the print dialog, but at the moment there is no code that handles that, so nothing happens. So let's go back to our code, and one of the things that I want you to take note of is that I have embedded the style inline directly on the tags. It is important to do that because sometimes when you reference the CSS or the styling externally, it might not be loaded, especially when the print dialog is called, and therefore always it's a good habit to embed your styles inline. So at the bottom here we've got a form tag with the input button tag called the print receipt, and when it's clicked, it invokes the print receipt function, which is down here, and here is where we are going to put our code to print the HTML document. So I will create a variable and I will name it receipt contents, and I will get that from the documents dot get element by ID then it's going to be an inner HTML. Then I will end with a semicolon. Now this is the section that we want to print because the tax invoice, this section starts here from the tax invoice, and it's inside this div called receipt. As you can see, here we've got the h3 tag with the tax invoice, and it begins at the receipt div, and we are going to copy paste this because we want to copy all the contents of the receipt div, and therefore we are going to take this entire section here to here, which is contained in the receipt div. Then I also create another variable. I'll call it the printer, and here we are going to call the window.open function, and I will give it an empty value, and I will name it receipt, and we are also going to give it a width and a height. So we'll say height is equal to maybe 500, and then width is equal maybe 700. It's actually in pixels, and I will end with a semicolon. And now I need to print because the window.open will actually launch the print dialog, and the first option I pass an empty value. The title of the dialog will be receipt, and the dialog will have a height of 500 and a width of 700. And I will now take advantage of the printer object, printer. Then I will say dot document dot write. Here I'm going to create an inline HTML document, so I will say HTML. I will copy this because I will use it a lot, so I will Control C and I will Control V here again. Then I will say document.write. Then here I'm going to include the, let me first close the HTML tag. It's very important, and therefore I'll come there. Now I will put this meta tag. I will Control C, and then I will come here down and I will Control V. Basically, this scales the document to fit the viewport, and therefore it's a good practice always. And we are also going to copy this again because I already copied for the meta tag. I'm saying document.write, and here we are going to have the body tag, and I will also close the body tag here, and I will come inside the body tag. And now here is where now I will write the contents of our receipt, and here we've got the receipt contents variable. So I will delete this tag, and I will write here receipt content. So as far as we are concerned, now we want to close the printer document. So I'll say printer dot document dot close. Then I will now call the print function of the printer document. So I will say printer dot print. Now this is the code that we need to be able to print our tax invoice that we have coded in HTML. So I have saved my document, and therefore I will come back to my web page. Then I will refresh. Then I will press or click on the print receipt button, and as you can see, it opens the print dialog, and here we can select the printer that you want. At the moment my computer is not connected to any printer, but here you can see any printer that will be connected to your computer, and therefore you can either, for me I'll say save, because now maybe as PDF. Then so that's how you print in JavaScript. Thank you.